Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, let me zoom out first a little bit here. You can see that Solana is still moving in this overall price range. So whenever that's happening, typically people are less interested in these videos. I always notice that. But then when there is a breakout, they suddenly all come back. But yeah, that's pretty much the sentiment at the moment. That's the vibe at the moment. We're just moving sideways. We're moving in a sideways, you could say, channel. It's pretty much a range, okay? I've drawn it as a channel, but it's nearly it's nearly horizontal. So it's just a so-called rectangle pattern. Either way, we're caught in this range, okay? And the upper boundary line is currently located at around $161. A lower boundary line around 119, which is pretty much where that 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level is located. So there seems to be some, let's say, some confluence down here, support wise around 119, 118, 119. To the upside, we've got these previous swing highs, okay, so 164, sort of 161, 161, you know, and that is pretty much where we have the boundary line logically, okay? So when the price gets there, there could be some resistance. So that defines the range. There is a center line, and the price found some support here, and that's currently located around 139 roughly. Found support here, okay, resistance here, which is quite interesting that it found actually support and resistance around that center line of that channel. So I would say at least it can act as weak support. So pay attention to that. I mean, that's not anything that's really, I would say, noteworthy from an Elliott wave point of view. But still, any break below the center line would indicate weakness. We're currently holding above that center line. And the pattern, however, the Elliott wave pattern isn't particularly clear. So it could literally break out in either way. And the problem from an Elliott wave point of view is we don't have any clear 5-wave pattern from any of the recent lows. I think this here could have been a 5-wave move up from the 5th of August low. But then obviously we had a 3-wave pullback. We have a 3-wave rally. And I have to say, this looks a bit impulsive to the downside, okay? So I would say, you know, the most bullish perspective I could take here is the perspective that we are moving up in some kind of a diagonal pattern. This was a wave 1, this is a wave 2, then this here is a wave A of 3. I haven't actually labeled that, but I mentioned it in the videos. A wave B of 3, and that wave B might even still be unfolding, okay? Then we could go higher. So there are honestly, I can give you 5, 6, 7 wave counts here. So that's why we bring in the channel and the Fibonacci support, because the wave counts themselves, they will just tell us we are in a range, and literally the market could take a lot of different pathways here, okay? So that's very important to understand. In these situations, the levels, like the Fibonacci support, yeah, and the invalidation points, the key levels, they matter more than the actual labeling, okay? Very important. Now, in the very short term then, we could of course break down, okay? So in the blue scenario, the blue scenario shows the bearish pathway actually. The main purpose of this is that it gives us resistance levels to watch. And as long as we stay below resistance, short term, I'm watching lower. Why? Because we have a 5-wave move down. At least I interpret it as that. We have a 3-wave rally, a clear 3-wave rally, which actually reached even the ideal target for such an internal C wave in blue wave B. So A wave down, B wave up. And we could have started wave C to the downside. Now that will first of all send us back into the lower support region. And this here could have been a wave 1 to the downside. Now this could be a wave 2 corrective rally. Resistance, I communicated that earlier today on Discord. Micro resistance is located between $146 and $150. And we could get a 3rd wave down, wave 4, wave 5, okay? So that means, in very simple terms, on the micro level, which is very messy at the moment on this chart, but on the micro level, as long as we are holding below the $150 level, the downside pressure remains very high, and I'm looking for rather for lower prices in the very short term, maybe a bit of a recovery into the resistance area, but overall lower. Any break above resistance would indicate an extended B wave in blue, or here this bullish, the bullish pathway should be yellow actually, because otherwise you have too many colors here. So yeah, that would be the bullish pathway, but it would only be a diagonal pattern here. So, and it would require a break above 150 to take it more seriously. And then we need a proper 5-wave move up anyway to really confirm it further. So there's a lot to do. You know, the bulls need to do a lot of work. Until then, I'm watching this pathway to the downside as quite likely. So resistance should be clear, and any break below the intraday low that formed here at 142 should indicate we're following the third wave down. Similar structure to what I'm tracking on the Bitcoin chart as well. So that's the update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.